Okay, you're fine.
Hello, everybody. It's Don and Susan. Hey, Susan, welcome back.
Oh, it's so good to be back. It was good to be away, but it's good to come back.
The cruise was good?
Yeah, it was very good. I ate too much, though, and had stomach issues the whole time.
Okay.
Because I have no discipline.
How do I get out of the edit privacy screen, though?
Yeah.
So
You're doing that on your phone, not on this.
I told you they were identical.
So I went ahead and did the, I told Bill, I did the privacy thing. And then once you do that, Bill, all you have to hit the bottom thing. So anyway, folks, I was just editing because it's our personal Facebook page. We have to go in and adjust it even once we get setting. So it's a bit frustrating, but it's what we have to do. So hopefully all will understand. So,
let's do that on your phone, not on this.
Hey, Creating Balance, welcome in already. Creating Balance is Cynthia, Susan. Cynthia is here. That's Creating Balance.
Hi, Cynthia.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. I love to see all these people's names come up, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, it's been just so not Arizona for the last few days because of the rains. So California is not the only one that got the rains. We had them too.
Yeah. We got rain. You should have seen the first night in Galveston. We had such a storm, lightning, thunder, rain.
So you flew into Galveston. You flew into Galveston and caught the boat there.
Yeah, we caught the boat there. Yeah, we flew into Houston and had to go down to Galveston. Yeah. Remember, that's where I used to live, was Houston. I know. The traffic, you can have it. I think that traffic's terrible.
It is. It's crazy traffic. Absolutely. But yeah, it's an interesting city. And Galveston is such an old history. You know, there's everybody who talks about Juneteenth. Remember, Juneteenth came out of Galveston. The whole concept of Juneteenth. What happened is when some of the folks came from the north down to the south, the people in Galveston, the African Americans who were slaves, were not told they were emancipated for over a year.
Oh,
and somebody came in and they came to Galveston and they told those folks, and it was June 19th when they realized that a year ago they had been emancipated, but nobody wanted to tell them. Nobody told them. So Galveston is a key in the June 19th celebrations because from what I understand, that's where the awakening took place, and it all kind of, that celebration grew out of that moment of awakening, which is kind of interesting.
Wow.
Kind of neat. History.
I think that the whole Gulf area is really pretty. You know, it's really kind of neat if you like the water.
Yeah. The only thing is that the water around Galveston is still brownish muddy because it's like right off of Galveston Bay, and then it's, you know, once you get a little bit beyond there, like you get on Corpus where you used to live, beautiful blue water. Yeah. The closer you get to Houston and you know, up in that little panhandle part, or whatever, not panhandle, but you know, in the curve, the waters get kind of so. But you know what? I still like going to Galveston Beach because guess what? It's still water.
You know, and one thing people don't realize, Galveston, Corpus Christi, all that area, it's very windy all the time.
Yeah, and thank goodness, because in the summertime it can be
hot,
humid, and it's just nasty humid, and so that breeze kind of helps break things, you know. And don't forget, Houston's like one of the largest seaports in the nation.
Do you ever think you'd move back to Houston?
No, don't think that's ever going to happen on my horizon again. I could be wrong, but I try not to say never. But that one, I don't think so. I like Houston, but again, you know, once you move on, you try. Right. I love Baltimore, but I don't see myself ever going back to Baltimore.
Yeah, I miss the water, but I don't miss the humidity.
Exactly, the humidity is something that over time you don't realize that you don't miss it until you go. When I used to go from here to Houston for my business trips, like every month or two, I would get off that plane, and all of a sudden it's like, and you're like, oh, I remember that.
Like you have to change your clothes, your underwear, and everything, especially your bra. I mean, everything's just stuck to you.
Yes.
Every day.
Yep. And now
you take a shower and it's the same way all over again.
Yeah, and also when you walk in and out of buildings, you sweat, and then you walk in and the air conditioning's on, and then you freeze because you're wet as it is. So it's crazy.
Look at all the hearts people are sending us. Thank you. We love you guys too.
Sean says, Dad was from Galveston and Mom was from Beaumont. Yeah. Back then, different worlds. Really different worlds. It's wonderful.
Because Beaumont's right near Louisiana.
It is. Yep.
Where New Orleans is.
Yep. Beaumont is, and it's definitely East Texas, if I remember right.
I think New Orleans was the most strangest place I've ever been to. I remember driving along the freeway there. You're driving for miles and miles and miles over the water. And then all of a sudden you look up and here's the ocean way up here, way up above you.
Yes.
It's so freaky. It's like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, even if you're in the quarter and you go into the Lafayette Square, whatever it's called, and you walk up the steps of behind Lafayette, and you look over, and there's the Mississippi coming there, and the water is here, and the land is here. However, it's interesting because that's an illusion, that's an optical illusion, because the French Quarter and as if I remember right, the French Quarter and the Garden District, they set higher than everything else around them in New Orleans, and so when New Orleans when the levees broke and the water came in, it did not come into the French Quarter or into the Garden District because they set higher up than the rest, and so thank goodness they didn't go underwater. And and there's some in New Orleans that again are like 8 feet, 10 feet down. And so those were gone, but the Garden District survived and the French Quarter again, because it was higher elevation than the rest of New Orleans.
It's just so amazing. It's amazing. You think, how can a place like this exist? But it does.
I've been to New Orleans so many times because when I lived in Houston, we travel there often. And it is such a crazy place, but the energies are amazing. But I was so ticked. I was truly ticked this time because I hadn't been in a while, and when we went this time, they moved Marie Laveau's. Marie Laveau's place was always down very close to Oz on the gay district right there on Bourbon Street. Because if you've never been, Bourbon Street is one long street, and you start from one side after the main St. Charles or whatever it is. Anyway, you start, and it's club, food, club, club, and on and on and on. And so as you go down Bourbon Street, again, it's a lot of clubs, and each place has different. Each place has different. What do we call it? Different feels, and they have different musicians, and the musicians, everything's live. Every place has a different live musician, and you hear the music and you hear the bands. And then as you go down, and then again, little shops dispersed in. At the very end of the row, right before you cross over, and there's the Oz on one side, and it turns into like the little gay section. There was Marie Laveau's forever, and this time they moved Marie Laveau from where it was up in the middle of Bourbon, and I'm like, what the hell? And it doesn't have the feel, it didn't have the sense. I'm like, okay, come on. I mean, it wasn't Marie Laveau's, but it's interesting because if you continue down Bourbon Street, beyond the gay clubs, and then there's this little restaurant, which is the coolest place, with these big, massive burgers that just they're messy, and you're like, and then after that is the oldest bar, the oldest building, which is still a continuously running bar in Louisiana, and it's right there on Bourbon. So there's so much history, but I was not happy that Marie Laveau, they moved it. I didn't understand why. It's like, why? It's always been there. Why would you do? I don't care if it's business. There's certain things that you expect in New Orleans.
Right.
And it's not because it went underwater or anything. I'm like, what happened?
I just love that music though. As you're walking down Bourbon Street, that music is just so awesome.
Yeah. Well, and this year, I turned 60, and also Ed turned 60. So we are having a big bash, and Susan put it on your calendar. You and Bill are invited. We're having a big bash in New Orleans. We're having a big party, celebrating our 60th in New Orleans. It'll be in November. So it'll be before Thanksgiving. And so put it on your calendar, make a mark, and join us.
And you're going to have it here or?
No, in New Orleans.
Orleans. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
in New Orleans. Yep, in November this year. So we've already nailed down the location. We're putting it in contract now. So once we have it signed, I'll let you know the location. But oh yeah, it's going to be a big party, and we're going to do a New Orleans style party. So there can be the band and everything. It's going to be fun.
Yes,
so.
I love it. I love it. I love that music.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, it's funny because the place where we're having it was a place where we attended a wedding previous, and then at the end of the wedding, they come out in the street and you get these little white cloths and you spin the cloths and the band plays as you march all the way to the hotel. It's wonderful. So.
That's neat. That is so neat.
Yep, yep. Well,
but you know, it rains a lot there, and it rains heavy.
It does, but you know,
it's everywhere.
Usually it busts and it rains for about an hour or two, and then it clears up. It's like Florida or Houston. It'll rain for a little while, and then it's good, and then for the rest of the day, it's cool. You know, it's nice. So, but the good part about New Orleans in November is it's not hot, and it's not as humid, and that's a good thing.
Right. It's an experience. We should have that experience. Yeah.
Oh, I completely agree. You know, and again, for me, it's like Mardi Gras is a great thing to do. But if you are somebody who doesn't like crowds and that kind of experience, Mardi Gras is not a great thing to do. It is something that will drive you absolutely bonkers. So again, there's certain things that you do want to do in New Orleans, but timing is everything. Also, if you go for Essence Fest, if you go during the Essence Fest, it is really crazy. That's around June 19th, that area time frame. And Essence Fest is packed. And so you don't want to go during Essence Fest. You don't want to go during Southern Decadence, which is in early September, and you don't want to go during Mardi Gras, again, because the streets are absolutely back to back and packed, and it's not.
It's like being in Times Square at New Year's Eve.
Exactly. Unless you like it. If you love that, then Mardi Gras is perfect. You know, and of course, if you go to Mardi Gras, you're going to see breasts out the wazoo, because everybody's on the second floor of Bourbon Street with their beads, and they're like, show us your breasts. And the women show their breasts, and then the guys and the women, everybody throws beads down. So you earn beads by showing your boobs. Beads for boobs. Boobs for beads. I don't know. Anyway.
So you're going to have your party November what?
I'm not sure. I think it's like it's like the second weekend. I think 17th or something like that. I won't nail, when we'll get nailed down, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Yep.
Isn't it
Pam who's watching, I saw Pam in here. Pam, who's in here, make sure, Pam, you put it on your calendar, and Angie, you as well, and Kina.
Of course.
So Pam popped in and Angie popped in. So the psychic class, everybody, make sure you're ready. Jojo, Linda.
Good to see everybody.
Cynthia. So let's get to it, though. Lord have mercy. Everybody's like, okay, time to stop talking and get to it.
Stop chit-chatting. Let's get on with the readings.
It's been a while since I saw Susan. She was not here last week because she was on the cruise, so it was good to catch up.
I know, but it's so good to be back and see everybody.
Yeah, I popped in yesterday for a little bit of time before I went to class and had just a quick reading session. I just kind of felt like I wanted to do it. And it was good because a lot of good energy yesterday. So it just kind of flowed right through, which was nice.
That's so neat. Well, it was a holiday too, and a lot of people were off.
Yeah. Well, the good part about yesterday is the best thing I remembered is that I had an energy come through, and it was a father. And it's like we were doing the readings, and all of a sudden they popped in, and they were close to the very end. And it was a father, and I was like, he's in the mid-60s, around 65, and I explained what he looked like, and physically, and his hair, all that stuff. And then I kept seeing his hands, and he was a mechanic, and I could see his hands. And I'm like, these are my dad's hands. This guy's a mechanic. And but at the same time, as I was getting information, and as I was kind of getting his information from him, he used certain words like in the fold and some one or two other things. And I said, these are religious words. This guy was religious, and I'm like, he was a preacher and or a minister, and then also I'm like, he was a counselor, and I'm like, he was a lot of different things, and I'm like, when he died, he was blah blah blah. The point is that as it was, the woman who had came in about 5 minutes prior to me starting to get this energy, that was her father.
Wow.
And so it's interesting because, again, when I usually get spirit, I don't pay attention to the messages coming in because I'd have to be distracted, and I don't do it. And then once I got done the reading, I looked over and I had to go back through, and I looked, and sure enough, I'd hit on all the topics that she's like, oh, yep, that's my dad, that's my dad, that's my dad. And the mechanic and the preacher, he was the same. He was a preacher who was, he had a job during the week, and it was great. It was a great feeling. So
cool.
I guess I was meant to be online at that moment.
There are no coincidences or accidents. Right.
Absolutely. So let's see. This morning, anybody, if you want a reading, please let us know, and we will add you to the list. The first person to ask specifically for a reading was Paul. So I'm going to put Paul up. There you go. Susan, you want to start with Paul?
Okay. Well, you make us smile too, Paul. Okay, let me see if I can come up with something for Paul. Okay, Paul.
Oh, Jojo says, welcome back, Susan, by the way.
Thank you. Good to be here. Good to see you guys. Okay. He wants a spirit reading. That takes me a second. Okay. Spirit reading. It's funny. First I thought I felt a grandmother, but then the cards show a male. So I feel like maybe his grandparents are over there. And some beautiful cards, some really happy cards, some really good happenings around work and good news and money. And it's just like, they're saying don't focus on the past, Paul, because the sun is going to shine for you. There's a lot of wonderful things getting ready to happen this year. I think a lot of people are going to be blessed and feel blessed this year. But it says his work and everything, he just can't focus on the past. And I feel like this is grandfather around him. Very strong. But I first thought the grandmother. So now I'm seeing the grandfather. And, he's very loved. And things are going to work out his way. It's like this is a year where things are going to go where you have to focus on things that you want to happen in your life, the good things, your goals, your dreams, because they will manifest. It will take time, but he's got a better future ahead of him than he did the past. So these are good cards. There's some really good news coming around June. So I feel like you're going to be happy this year. I hope that helped you, Paul.
Well, good morning, Angie. Angie popped in. Good morning, Angie. Nice to see you. And Pam F says, also, the lady I was reading yesterday, it was her birthday.
Oh, that's neat. What a nice birthday gift to connect with
Dad came in. Exactly. I think Dad came in to kind of wish her happy birthday. So it's kind of interesting. So
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just adding the people to the list as I pop in. Paul says thank you, by the way.
You're welcome, Paul.
Happy birthday to you. Sorry, just checking on the rest of the people. If anybody have birthdays this week or even today, let me know.
Birthdays are special. People need to celebrate their birthdays.
Absolutely.
A new beginning for a new year.
Absolutely. Everybody, don't forget to hit those follow buttons if you are on Facebook. And if you are on YouTube, hit the subscribe. And of course, those like and share buttons are important. So make sure you're hitting those like buttons and the share buttons. Share the information out. Let everybody know we're out there. The more information, the more that we are out there, the more that people know we're there, the more we can help folks. And I love that. And if you're not hitting those buttons, then this is me to you. So there we go. And again, if anybody has a birthday today, please let me know. Birthday today or this week. Nancy Barber's, is yours the 20th? Is that what you're saying, Nancy, that your birthday is the 20th?
Looks like it. Nancy, 120.
Super. Well, if that's the case, Nancy, then this one's for you and for anybody else who has a birthday this week. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
That's so cool.
A little light humor to get the day started. So with that said, it's my turn, and let's see. I'm reading Paul.
Look at we already have a troll here.
Oh, how nice! Thank you, troll, making us feel like we belong because we're special. We're just so special, Samantha, and it's Samantha Jessica, huh? Well, Samantha Jessica, thank you for popping in. And Samantha Jessica, before I pop you out, this one's for you, Samantha. This is just for you.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Oh my goodness. All I can say is, oh Lord, help the child. So with that said, let's all help Samantha find her way out the door. Don't forget to hit that block button and also whatever you can do, report that person for their spamming. That is not good. And generally speaking, as Angie would say, watch for that white the white van, because that's the white van coming in trying to snatch your money. So be careful. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I don't get it. Everybody. And I go back over and over again, folks. I'm not being bitchy about this, but the reality is anybody can do this. Everybody can do this. All you got to do is click a button and go online. It's not difficult to hit a few buttons and do that. So just if you really are compelled to try to screw people, go online yourself and screw them directly. Don't do it through the back door. But I think people are wise enough; they realize it, and I'm hoping. And I know our readers. I mean, the people who come in here who will watch this, they've heard it so many times that they know it. So I'm glad that we've gotten the message out, because again, so many people have been scammed, and it's not fun. It's not fair. So, so especially where there's some people come in and they have wants and needs. They really do have wants and needs they need fulfilled based on just the information. And those are people who get preyed on. And those are the people who I feel it's like, really, come on, go, I don't know, go play dice in the back alley or something if you want to be that shady. I mean, that's all I can say. Anyway, with that said, let's see, Paul, let's see what Paul says. It's good to see you both smiling. Can I have a Ancestors and Spirit Guides reading, please? And thank you. Okay, let me see them. Not from Paul, for Paul. Let's see. Paul, do you live with your parents still? For some reason, I'm sensing your mom. I'm sensing a conversation with your mom that you're putting off, a conversation you need to have with your mother, or she needs to have with you. Have you two spoken, have a really good in-depth conversation in a while? Because I'm sensing that there's a conversation that needs to be had. I don't know if there's something that's been bothering you or bothering her, but it's like you two kind of talk, but you don't talk. It's like I'm getting the feeling like there's no in-depth conversation. I live with my sister. My mom passed away. Oh, that's why you're not talking. Okay, Paul, you need to be talking to your mom. That would make sense, I guess, even though it's like, wow. You need to be talking to your mom. You need to be talking to your mom. And when I say that, I'm serious. I am and I mean dead serious. I'm not kidding right now. You need to, because she's not on this plane, because she's not of the physical, does not mean she does not exist, and she will continue to exist in your heart and in your mind. But her energy did not die. It did not pass. She passed. So Paul, make sure that you're having conversations with your mom. Make sure that you are having a conversation as if you're talking to me. If you're having a rough day, talk to your mom about it. Make sure you vocalize it as if you're talking to me. If you're having a good day and celebrating and you want to say, Mom, you made this possible, talk to her, tell her she's not hearing enough from you. And that's the message, I guess, that I was getting. It's as I was saying, the conversation. You may say, "Oh, Mom, I miss you." That's not enough. That's not enough. Your mom is asking for more conversation. Please share with her your life. Share with her your feelings. When you are depressed, when you are feeling rough, when you're feeling like nobody understands you, have the conversation with your mom. She does hear you. She's there with you. She's around you. And you smell her from time to time. You smell the scent that she had, this perfume she had. And when you smell that scent, it's not by accident. It's not by coincidence. she's there. And usually it happens when you're feeling a bit despondent, when you're feeling a bit frustrated.
Oh,
and she tells me about the times that you have that despondency. So Paul, remember, have the conversations as if like you and I are talking. Speak it out. And if you feel uncomfortable, who cares? Nobody's judging. Nobody is passing judgment on you. But your mom is saying you're not talking enough to her. So apparently she feels you need to vent more, you need to release more, and you're holding too much inside. So please have the conversation with her. Your mom is calling you. The phone's ringing, and I was the operator, so I'm plugging it in. Please have that conversation and continue to have conversations with her. Again, because she's not here in the physical does not mean she's not here. You've seen it over and over again. I've seen people come in because they are not here physically, but they'll come right in. So again, know that with your mom, okay?
And sometimes they just want to help us. You know, they don't want us to think, they don't want to feel like they've been forgotten.
Exactly.
And they do. Maybe there's something he's trying to convey to him about his sister, getting along with his sister. Maybe that's the issue, you know.
Drop cards.
I do that all the time. Yeah. Just, you know, it's very important that we think of our loved ones because they're thinking about us, around us.
Absolutely. But remember, we are all energy. No matter where you want to start a conversation about this, we are all energy. We've come from energy. We go back to energy. Energy cannot be destroyed or
changes
or created. Energy just changes. And so we, inside us, are the energy. That energy helps our molecules bind together. Our positive and negative electrons and neutrons and protons hold us together based on the energy. When we pass, that energy leaves, which is us, the energy. We leave our physical form. That's why we slowly disintegrate too, because again, that energy is not there to hold us together, so it breaks down. So again, know very clearly that she is there, that her energy is there. And when she comes in, she's coming in because she knows you need to hear her. She knows you need to have someone there, and that's what she does. But you have to open your mind to it. You have to open your heart to it.
Yeah, I think he understands. Yeah.
So, super. Next in line, sorry, I didn't mean to belabor that, but that's so important. That's a message for everybody, by the way. That's not just Paul. Everybody, if you want to speak to a loved one, do it. Do it. If you feel uncomfortable, who cares? It's better to have that conversation and know that you've let something release and that they can, in the spirit world, help you to soothe you, whatever, than to not have the conversation at all. I promise you. So there you go. Next in line. Have a great day, Paul. Next in line.
Who's next? Mary Ann. Okay, Mary Ann.
After Mary Ann is Jay, and then Vernetta, and then Roses. So Jay, Vernetta, and Roses, make sure you let us know you are still here.
Okay, Mary Ann is just kind of stressed right now, and she needs to get a little more rest. She needs to nurture herself a little better. And it's like she's kind of juggling a little bit, you know, financially. She may have some issues or some unexpected expenses, but, you know, keep moving forward and really focus on taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself and getting the sleep that you need, because your wish is there. You're going to have your wish. But in the meantime, just take care of yourself. Don't worry so much. You know,
don't worry, be happy now.
Just let it go. Let it go, Dawn.
Let it go. Let it go.
We'll have a wonderful wish come true. This is a good year.
Absolutely. So, Mary Ann, no more of this. Let it go. Like that water flying off that kid's
That's
head.
exactly how I feel sometimes.
Oh, Susan, my dear. Well, isn't that special? Oh my goodness! The bag of tricks are open today.
Okay.
Let me see what I have for Mary.
Oh my gosh! Look at these people, these trolls.
Oh, this one actually gives us an email address. We should bombard them with such wonderful emails. I'm telling you know what I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna take that email address and I'm gonna
Spellcaster.
Yes, how wonderful. Oh man, and they wrote us a book. They didn't only give us a little bit, they gave us a long book.
Oh my goodness, they lost their lover to another woman. Oh my goodness, who cares?
But in 24 hours. In 24 hours. Oh my God. How amazing are these people? Lord have mercy, folks.
Okay, well, we're focused on Marianne right now, not this Chloe person.
Oh, she's gone anyway. She's gone. She's gone. Happy birthday to you. Mary M. I was seeing what kind of energies I was picking up from Mary M. Mary M, you got a hell of a year in front of you. I'm telling you, I'm sensing, I just sense really good energy coming this year for you. It's like it's like the dam broke. It's like something released for you. And all of a sudden, a lot of possibilities are opening for you. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what, are you involved in some kind of litigation, Mary Ann? Are you involved in some kind of, have you applied for something? Or again, it's like, I see that something, again, again, there's some activity that you've been putting forward. And again, it feels like an application or a litigation or, but somehow, again, you had to initiate something, which you did, and now you've been waiting, and then that is going to be released to you. Is this a disability thing too? I don't know. I don't know what this is. But again, it's like you applied for something. You have, yeah, it's like you did something. Legal matters. Okay, well, that's coming to an end. That's coming to an end, and that's closure coming to you, and that closure is going to bring to you a psychological boost as well as whatever else you get. So again, it's a psychological thing that is going to be coming into play for you, and it's going to help make you start thinking better, more positively, and have so much more energy. So again, that is coming. It's coming your way, and it should be soon. And again, it's going to change the way in which you see the year in front of you. So know that good things are coming your way, Marianne. That's what I'm seeing.
She needs to believe in herself.
Yep. Next in line is Jay. Jay, are you here? Jay, Vernetta, and Roses in that order. Jay, Vernetta, and Roses, are you here? Any of you? If you ain't, we're moving on. Roses is here. Good. Roses, you are good. So Jay and Vernetta, are either of you here? I think Vernetta was still here. Yeah, she said awesome. Thank you. So, but Jay, I haven't seen Jay pop his head in, so I don't think Jay is here. You're welcome, Marianne. Again, Jay, Vernetta, and Roses in that order.
Vernetta's here.
Yep, Vernetta's asking, she's asking, when should I expect my settlement check?
Okay, expect a settlement check. Okay. Okay. I feel like it's going to be around the end of April. It's like at the very end of April, early May, because there's a hangman. So she's waiting and waiting and waiting, but it is coming. You have to let it go. Here, I get the letting go card here. Just know it's going to happen. I feel like it's April or May, right around there.
I do think the one thing that I'm getting, I'm not picking up time frame so much because my time frame seems to feel a little shorter. But I do feel like they're needing something else. That there has to be something else.
Some additional paperwork, maybe.
Yeah, something they need, something else. And once that something else falls into place, I believe that it's coming in. So don't be surprised if during maybe this or even early next week, I wouldn't be surprised if it's this week, they come back to you and say they need something else. Maybe again, and it's not something significant. So don't panic. It's not something you don't have.
That may be why there's a little delay because I still feel April or May.
Yeah, because for me in my head, what I was getting was within like a week or two, but it could be that piece of paper. I don't know, but there's something missing. that you don't be surprised when they call you and say, we need one additional piece. I think it's, and I'm getting notary. I'm getting a notary stamp. So there's something about, again, maybe it's a form you have to fill out and notarize and send back, because I'm getting this notary stamp. So that indicates to me that you're probably going to be asked to sign a form, maybe a release, or maybe, I don't know what it is, but they're going to send you something you have to get notarized. It's not going to be just you signing. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so, all right. Who is next? Jay is not here, so Roses and
Rose. What does Spirit want me to know about my love life? Okay, let's see if there's a love life here. No, okay. Your love life. What do they want you to know about your love life?
Question isn't, so Roses, the question isn't so much what Spirit wants to know, it's what do you want to know about your love life?
No, you have had a pattern of falling into relationships that really drain you, that they take. And so there's a part of you that's kind of holding back. Right now, they're saying it's time for you to focus more on your spiritual side, on developing your gifts and your talents, and forget about the guys, because the last one you had, oh man, they really took. And it's very frustrating for you because you want to be in control, but yet you keep choosing these people, these relationships that they're in control and you're not. So I feel like you're going to end up with a lot of money in this lifetime. So be careful that people are not, the relationships you choose, they're not after your money. Because this is kind of like, focus on you right now and growing within, growing yourself spiritually, and feeling like you know yourself and you're happy with yourself. This is really more important right now. So as you feel good about who you are, then you will attract the right people into your life, because that's the kind of energy you put out. Like, I'm worth it. Don't screw with me. I deserve the best, and you will get the best. That's what I have to say, Don.
Super. Another thing I can I'll buttress what Susan was saying. And for me, it's, for me, it's like you choose, you know that you choose the wrong people. You know that you do. You know that when you go into a relationship, you know it, but for some reason you're drawn to that. And you just sometimes I feel like you can't even help yourself because you give into it. And that's not a negative, statement, but it's not, I don't mean for it to be, anyway, that's.
Yeah, and sometimes you want a relationship so bad you'll just take anything, and you can't do that. You've got to value yourself, because if you don't value yourself, the people are not going to see the value in you.
Yes, absolutely. So again, I think that before you go down that road, as you walk down that road, the first thing that needs to probably be corrected or addressed, or however you want to put it, is the fact that you are, again, you have, I don't understand it, because I'm trying to get my head around what I'm feeling, but I think Susan, you're right. I think it comes down to a valuation of yourself, and you don't have a high enough valuation of yourself. There's this feeling of you're getting what you deserve, or you're getting the best you can get, and that's, in essence, from our point of view and from Spirit's point of view, is you're settling, and you don't have to settle. So you devalued yourself, you devalued your worth, and unfortunately, when you devalue your worth, you send that message to everybody else, and unfortunately, those who will prey upon that do. So you really have to do a few things to help change that around. And one of the first things is something that I was in class last night, and I love this. This is where I'm headed on this, by the way, because I'm tying it all in together. Somebody last night in class came up to me and they said, I've been hoping I would see you. I hadn't seen you in like 2 weeks. And I wanted to let you know that I was in my car and I was listening to your live, and she listens to a lot of my lives in the car a lot because she's traveling and she's doing things. And she said, and your affirmation came across. And at that moment, I was in such a place that I was not comfortable. And I needed to hear that.
What you had to say?
Yeah. And so she used that affirmation. And she said, as soon as she spoke it, she felt such instant relief and such instant power. And it changed her entire week. Just by using that. And I'm not saying it changed her life, but I believe it will over time, because if you use it over time, it will. But what I'm saying is that she made it clear that her day and her week changed because she, in this affirmation, told the world, I am in charge now. I'm not going to be the victim. I'm going to be the victor. And so I'm putting out to my world, to my universe, that I believe in infinite abundance, that I know that I will have my wants and needs met. Okay, that's what that does. So again, down here, do this affirmation daily. Say it as you mean it as you say it, and you will be surprised how this affirmation, if no other affirmation in the world, this affirmation will, and everyone will work. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying other affirmations will work. That's not what I just said. But I'm saying if you don't use any others, then this one you should be using. I'm surprised if, again, by changing your energy, again, we had a conversation about energy, how energy is around us. We have energy, our body, in our body, through our soul is energy. If that energy is not utilized, then it just sits there. And I'm telling you, use this affirmation so where you're pointing your energy out and you're saying, this is what is mine. I am do this, the world, it doesn't owe me, but this is all that I will accept. It's like drawing a line. This is all I will accept is infinite abundance and my needs and wants met. And the universe sees that and they're like, damn, this person, I'm attracted to that positive energy. And the universe then sends you that same stuff. So again, if you're sitting there, oh, woe is me. I am so terrible. I am just the worst. Oh my God. Well, guess what? Guess what? The bad energy finds that and they're like, oh, I'm coming there. I'm coming there, baby, because it's good. That person just, I can take. So again, not take. This is the time that you take, and not because you're due, not because you're owed, but because everybody has energy and because you're saying, you know what, I am taking control. So,
right. Well, you know, Rose, the spirit keeps showing me this man in your past that really cared about you, that loved you, that would have given you a wonderful life, but you tend to have ignored him, and there was other people you were looking towards, other men that were not so good for you. So think about that person in the past and the kind of person he was, but he wasn't as exciting for you. But they were showing me him. So kind of maybe change your ideas on the kind of man you want in your life or the person you want in your life, and really leave it up to spirit to help you.
And while you're up to spirit and while you're helping, help us by doing this. Don't forget to hit those like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons, please. We appreciate it. And everybody, thank you so much for spending your time with us. I know that you have options out there, and there's so much information on the internet, and we're doing so much more. So I appreciate you spending your time with us. He's got the list.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think.
Don, who's next?
Who is next? Queen of Sheba. Queen of Sheba, are you here? Queen of Sheba, Kieran, and LP. In that order. Let us know you are still here. After that, Sandra Valise. So Queen of Sheba, Corinne Fisher, LP, and Sandra. Now, Corinne did let us know she'll be in and out because of taking care of the kids and getting ready for school. So if she's not here, I will still read for her. We can still read. We'll still read for her. Only because I totally get the kids thing. And when
they can switch it. Oh, they can switch over to my channel when we change. Yeah.
Exactly. And then she can also replay it based on the marking of time. So let's let that go. Hey, Margie Clark. Margie's my cousin. She just popped in over there on Facebook.
Oh, hi, Margie.
Nice to see you.
Okay, so who? I got confused. Who's next? The Queen of Sheba?
Queen of Sheba, if she's here, which I don't see.
She said she's here.
Okay, Queen of Sheba's here, then Corinne, and then LP. So, in that order, perfect, fantastic.
Did the Queen of Sheba have any particular
general?
Specific. Okay, general. Yeah. Okay.
Well, a reading. She said reading. Queen of Sheba, if you have a specific question right now, would be a good time to let us know. Or if it's general, we'll just go with general. So, Queen of Sheba, let us know. Is your question specific or general?
Okay. Queen of Sheba, you got a lot of decisions to make, and you worry too much.
Hold one second, Susan. I love this. Somebody comes in with the law of karma, and they crash our live feed, and they're asking to DM them and send them messages. It's like, damn, you better be careful, law of karma, because karma may bite you in the ass. Of all things,
around.
The law of karma may bite you, so I think I'd be careful with that name even. Holy crap.
Okay, Queen of Sheba. Don't worry much.
Who's moving toward her? That's her thing. That's her question, Susan. Who is moving
towards me? Well, okay. I don't see that right now. All I'm saying is you've got a lot of choices to make. There's been some endings. You worry too much. There's money coming to you. Be very careful about the decisions you make. Really think about them and go with your heart. If something feels right, then usually it's right. If it just because, it says something else, go with your feelings. This is really important. So I see a lot of decisions and that's what's coming towards you. A lot of choices to make, but don't worry about it and trust in your inner guidance, because you'll make the right decision and you're going to be compensated well for it.
Super. The thing that I got right off the bat for you, Queen of Sheba, is no one should be right now moving toward you. I get the feeling you need some healing. You need to take, you're not going to be you're not in a place in when I say place, not physical, of course, you're not in a place right now to be a wonderful, complete and whole partner in a relationship. There's still some healing you have to do. There's some not damage, terrible word, sorry. There's some it's not even issues. There's some baggage. I would use that. There's some baggage that you're carrying from previous relationships that you need to work through and let go. And the problem is right now, what I'm sensing is sometimes you tend to bring that baggage forward, and the new relationship gets those same blames, and they don't deserve it, and you wind up sabotaging yourself. It's self-sabotage. And so the blow-ups you have, when you blow up, you're blowing up at them for pasts that they had nothing to do with. So Queen of Sheba, I'm being told that you should focus more on you and your own psychological health, your own dealing with the issues that you know exist but you don't want to face. Get those taken care of. And once you have those taken care, I keep looking at the screen. I need to look here at the camera. Anyway, the point is that you need to. I don't know why I do that. It's like I just realized, look at the camera, damn it. I need to put a big sign. Look here, or a bullseye or something. Anyway, the camera's here, the screen's here, and so and it's interesting. So the point is, Queen Sheba, do some healing, do some self-healing and self-reflection. And this is not easy. And I'm not asking for you to be comfortable, because this is not comfortable. What I'm asking you for to be is genuine and honest with yourself. Because first and foremost, if you can't be honest with yourself, when you're looking in that mirror, then you cannot be honest with your partner. And that creates a situation where it's not going to be a healthy relationship. So be honest with yourself, deal with those issues, let some of that hurt and frustration and sneaky. You had some sneaky people before. I mean, you had some sneaky boyfriends who were just, I mean, really, I'm serious, some really dogs. And then you brought dogs. Yeah. I mean, these dogs. I mean, just out there doing whatever. And she knew of some of this, but she let it go because she's like, well, I love him so much. And so some of that was her feeding into, I'm not valuable enough. I don't have, I'm not worthy. And that's bullshit. Again, you don't bring that with you. Instead, you say, I am worthy. I deserve more. That's why I'm walking. That's why I'm looking, and I'm not going to wind up in that same relationship. Because again, if you're not careful, you do wind up in the same relationship. You need to say, you know what? I am worthy. I am valuable. And the person that comes into my life has to understand that above all else, and that's what you need to do. So please take the time, do the work on yourself, and make sure you are whole, ready, and healthy. So when you enter a relationship, the relationship can be healthy. Because I can tell you, if you find a healthy partner and you enter a relationship, I assure that because you're not completely healthy in that regard, it is not a healthy relationship. And then you're going to blow an opportunity. And you want to make sure that you can be the best you. Therefore, you can be the best relationship that you're involved in.
But also, we're in a 7-year, guys. This is all about you. It's all about you finding you going within and growing and everything. It's not about everybody else. It's not about relationships and everything. That will come. But this year, it's really about analyzing yourself and really taking care of yourself and growing spiritually. It's all about you developing who you are and who you want to be. It's not about all these other people.
Absolutely. Sean, have a nice day. Sean Roney said had to go to work. Have a nice day. Sean, if you made the list, I will make sure that we still read for you. And so, and then it'll be later on, it'll be down the road. So again, somewhere probably around the 1:30 mark or something. I don't know. So there we go. Who is next? Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Julie. Next in line is Corinne. And Corinne's jumping in the car, so we're going to go ahead and read for her.
Okay, Corinne. You know, if you guys miss this, you can always listen to it later, too. Play it back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Stay focused, Corinne. You are very good at your work, but it's staying focused. A lot of things are telling you to stay focused. Focus on your time alone, that you can take care of yourself and do some spiritual work, 10 minutes a day, meditate. And you've got a lot of choices to make, but you're very good at your work. But you have this real ability to focus when you want to. So focus on those things that are important to you. And I feel like you're a goal setter. And when you make up your mind to do something, you go for it and you do it. You're very accomplished, very professional, and I think you're awesome. You're a great person. So there.
Nice. It's interesting because I got the 2 of Wands. So Corinne, you've been planning something. And it seems like a business or an opportunity or a side hustle or something. And I'm being told it's time. Yep, there you go. Yep. So it's time to do it, because guess what? You have control over it. You're the Queen of Pentacles. It's going to work out well for you. The 9 of Pentacles is here. Follow your vision. See the vision? Follow your vision. Follow your voices. Follow the intuition that you're getting, because you are on the right path with the planning. So get moving. And again, I love it because this is that control energy. That's an energy of abundance and so forth. And look, it's going to lead you to some serious money. It's a 10 of Pentacles. You can't get better message than that. The money will follow. This will be successful. So again, make sure that you go now from the planning stage, start putting it into action. Listen to your intuition and spirit as you move forward. Do not ignore them. They are guiding you, and you will be a very happy camper with abundance at the end of the tunnel. Love it. I mean, everything there except for the wands was about money. So again, this is the right direction, the right way. I'm loving it. She says, working with 369 methods starting today, Tesla energy stuff. Thank you. Fantastic. You're on the right step then. That's what this must have been about. So this is perfect timing. Stay with it. There is money, and I know money is not your generating the overall thing, but I can tell you this is going to be successful for you, and money will follow. So again, right path. Billy Joe, we have the list still today on this side, but we're going to pop over to Susan's side in about 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. And so follow us over there to Susan's page. Everybody look up Susan Grayson and watch for it. And we're going to go live on Susan's in a few minutes after we get done here. So if you didn't make the list this time over here, join us over there. Okay?
We like to confuse. We like to share.
Exactly. We tried to get Susan's system working as comfortably as mine. Also, the question that Kelly Dix asked, Kelly, this is the guided tarot. This tarot deck that I use most of the time in those colors. The only other deck that you see, well, there's 2 other decks you'll see me use often. I used to be consistently the Rider-Waite, and I do love Rider-Waite, but for some reason that energy disappeared for a little while for me. It just wasn't quite there. The other one is the Angel Healing deck. I love this deck.
Very good. During birth, you put out some good decks. It's a shame.
Exactly. And then the last deck that I use from time to time is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. These images are phenomenal. Now, this deck is one deck that is useless for a tarot reader for me, because I do not read this as a tarot deck. This is, and everybody does differently, by the way. Folks, please don't take it as this is not a good tarot deck. It's a great tarot deck. And if you're somebody who reads tarot, then this is wonderful. But I'm saying that for this deck, for me, I do not use as a tarot deck. This deck, for me, I ignore any numbers associated, and the images tell me everything I need to know. And as soon as I feel it, as soon as I touch it, as soon as I see it, I'm like, this is the message. This is what's meant for me. So,
yeah, and some oracle decks are really good too.
Yeah, they'll do the same thing. It's amazing. Again, some decks you'll have, like, this is a true tarot for me. So I do follow what the basis of the number and the symbols are. Mm-hmm. But with this one is all about, man, I mean, this one and spirit. This is my spirit communication deck. I'll put it that way, because spirit speaks through here, and I ignore everything other than the image that I'm getting once I touch the card. So there you go.
Okay.
Next in line is who is it? Oh, you did Karen, right? Okay, good.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, good. Okay, we both did Karen, so we're good. Next in line is LP.
LP. Okay.
LP. Again, folks, get ready. If you're on Susan's pages, find Sonoran Mystic Tarot, which are my pages. So pop over to them, hit like, share, subscribe, whatever. And then if you're on mine, make sure you find Susan Grayson's. Go over there and hit it over there, because when we pop over in just a few minutes, you'll get the notices if you subscribe to Susan's page. Okay?
Yeah, we really appreciate that. We do. Okay, LP's waiting. Oh my goodness, LP! If I had these cards, I'd be very happy. Lots of new ideas, very creative, a lot of creativity. You're going through a phenomenal change this year. It's almost like you're open up to all these new ideas and new ways of thinking. You're not the same person you were a year ago or even 2 years ago. You're also coming into a very, very lucky time. So stay open, let spirit help you, let all your loved ones on the other side, let them help you, because you are going to have an incredible year. But you're coming into a lucky time. And like I said, all these ideas you have, you're going to manifest all kinds of stuff in your life. So just keep going with it. Just keep staying open. That's a big message today. Stay open, LP.
There you go. Love it. Love a good energy, LP. Oops, cards went flying. LP, I'm being told you need to get advice. Apparently, and it's funny because you came here. It's like, I get that, but it's not just us. Apparently, you need to get advice from somebody, because I'm getting the feeling like you have questions. You have a number of questions. You have some things. And again, this is an advice card. This is an advice. Are you moving into a new direction? Are you moving into a new field? Are you trying to expand your field? Are you doing something? And this metaphysical, because I'm getting a real strong metaphysical feeling here. So let me know, LP. Again, if you are, then you need to be reaching out and talking to people and learning more and growing. Again, talking to professionals who are doing this, talking to people who are involved already, because that's the advice card. So again, do not be humble. Do not be to the point where you're uncomfortable. Instead, again, make sure you have psychologist book for Monday. Duh, there you go. That's the thing. So absolutely. So you're in line. Because that's what I was getting. Again, I love it. I love these when cards can confirmation. It's crazy. So you're on the right path. You are definitely
exactly. He's right where he should be. Yeah.
The cards are just giving you confirmation that you've done the right thing. Do not miss that appointment. That's important. And that's maybe the card, because maybe you're having second thoughts or whatever. No, the card made it clear. That's where you need to be. Love it. I absolutely love when the cards give confirmation. Next in line is Sandra. Sandra, are you here? Sandra, Nancy, Lily, and Sharon. Are each of you here? Yeah. If you do not respond, Sharon is here. Good. Okay, we're going to take so Sandra, Nancy, Lily, Sharon, in that order. Let us know you're here.
Yes.
While we're waiting for the others to pop in, why don't we go ahead and do the first one that is here on that list, and that is Lily. Lily is the highest of the. Nancy hasn't responded yet, and Sandra hasn't yet. So let's do Lily.
Lily. Oh, how cute. Just general. Okay, Lily.
Lily, the thing that came to me is get off your ass. Get off your. I don't understand. I get a frustration. I can't. It's interesting. I get this feeling of, again, stop waiting, stop procrastinating, stop expecting something to be done for you. Get off your butt and do it yourself. Get moving. There is no reason why you can't move forward. Again, stop looking for the prince, the knight in shining armor, all that stuff. Get moving. Do whatever it is. Again, you don't expect everybody else and anything else to come and save you. Be your own champion. Be your own person. Get out there and do whatever it is you need to do. Stop waiting. That's what I'm getting. Stop waiting.
And she needs to stop this drama. She's so pulled in by everybody else, and what everybody else is thinking and saying and doing. It's like, think for yourself. Have some time alone and find out who you are and find out what you really want. This may take another 6 months to develop these gifts about yourself, but it's like, everybody's breaking your heart because you're letting them. Move away from all these people. Move on your own and find yourself and be happy and see what a wonderful person you are, what a beautiful life you have. Get away from all the drama. There.
The drama? Could it be me?
I love Angie's clip. I love that clip. Every chance I can, I use it. I love it.
Awesome. Okay, who's next?
Hope it resonates with you, Lily. Next is Sharon.
Okay, Sharon.
My Sharona.
General reading for Sharon.
Call in the general.
Oh, love. Oh, a lot of good things. Traveling. There's some people you need to go see. I don't know if this is family or friends, but go there. Go visit them. You need to do that. You need that for you. You need that for them. There's people you really love. There's a lot of love coming into your life, and there's a lot of good health coming. So things you haven't been feeling good, and take this trip. Go see these people. You're going to see things a little differently. You're going to feel a little differently. And then you're going to feel that love within you, the love that you had for these people and the love you have for yourself. This is so important. Take this trip, and this is going to be like a cure for you.
Okay, 2 things coming into you. Sharon, I do not know if you're in a relationship, but it seems I get the feeling you are not, because the Lover's card just popped out. And the Lover's card is there big time. I'm loving it. And not only did the Lover's card pop out, but it popped out. And look, love it. I love it.
This is a new love. Yeah,
a new love. Exactly. So Sharon, I don't know if you're in a relationship. If it is, you need to reinvigorate it, but I don't think so. Again, I think this is a new relationship coming your way. And that relationship is interesting because it's going to resolve a lot of issues for you. It's going to, and interestingly enough, that person is going to be able to help you understand and deal with money, because I'm getting some budgetary issues there. So he ghosted me. No, we're talking new. We're not talking old.
No, there's somebody new coming in. Definitely new.
Exactly. Yes. So again, this is a new relationship, a new boyfriend, a new situation. And this person is going to help you with your money, understanding money and so forth. So apparently I'm getting the feeling like you and the checkbook are not friends. And so he's going to help you understand that you can have a friendship with your checkbook. It is not your enemy. Okay. So again, this is going to be a good relationship because you're going to benefit from it in a few different ways. Before we move on, one thing about Kelly. Kelly asked a question, and it's a very good question, Kelly. And Kelly says, I have not read in front of people. I use their names and draw from that energy. Is this an okay way to do it? I get nervous in front of people, working on trusting myself. You can do that, Kelly, absolutely. And also everybody, you can read along with us. You can do the readings and then give what you feel about the cards on the side. Kelly, this is a perfect time for you to do that too. And again, because what we see even we see different things from time to time. And sometimes we will have conflicting things because that's just how readers work. So even if we have conflicting things, we express it. And Kelly, you're definitely welcome to join along with us and type in what you're getting from the same person and what energies you're getting. Read along with us. I love that. And we used to have, there's a few other people who do that. Linda, sometimes when she comes in, she uses her psychic skills, and you'll see her put her psychic stuff out there, and she says, oh, this and this. So again, it's a wonderful way to do it, Kelly. But at the same time, Kelly, don't be afraid to give readings to people. Start with, and again, just start doing it, because the best way to do it is to get over that is to do it. If you sit there and wait and think it's going to eventually happen, it isn't easy to get over the hurdle until you do it. And for me, I went to a class. I was in a class. I would do only family and friends for years, and then I was in a class, and I was invited to come do free readings to help for folks who can't afford readings. And I went there, and this was psychic readings, not card readings. And so I was really thinking, damn, if spirit doesn't talk, I am screwed. And yet I sat down my first time thinking, I don't know if I will be able to do this. And as soon as the person sits down in front of you and they look at you, all of a sudden it flows, because you realize no longer your ego steps out. As soon as they sit there, they have confidence in you. They believe in you because they sat down. And so all of a sudden you find the confidence in yourself because you don't want to let them down. And so the information just flows and you do respond. It's amazing how that happens. And I've never yet found the right words to explain it, but I can tell you that I have not failed once in that regard, except I have had one person who sat down for a reading and I did not feel their energy. And I tried a little bit. I'm like, okay, what? And I'm like, no. And it's like, no. And I had to tell them, unfortunately, I can't, our energy doesn't work. And I think if you've watched me a number of times on here, there are a few people who I do not connect with energy here. And then I won't even try to read them. And sometimes we don't make an issue of it. I'll just like text them the thing saying, Susan, I'm not going to read this person, or I don't have the energy, or Andrew, because it's not there, and we move on. Or sometimes I'll even say, I'm not getting anything for you, so I can't give you a reading today. That happens. And those do happen. And when they happen, be ethical and say, I can't. It's just not there. The thing that you don't want to do is have somebody sit in front of you, especially if they're paying you for reading, and then you go and create something because you want to give to them. Your ego needs to get out of that when that happens and say, you know what? It's not there today. It's just not here today. We can't do this right now. They can come back the next day and you'll be surprised. Sometimes they'll come back the next day or 2 days later and you're on fire. But there are days when it happens, and it's very seldom, but it will. Next in line.
This is not about your ego, because you're doing this and you just have to trust what messages come through, because it's not about what you're, it's about what you're receiving from the other side. That's what makes it right.
Yep. Kelly Dix, one of the best and worst things to do is to read family, because the worst thing, when I say it's the worst, it's because you know so much about them that you already bring preconceived notions. And so the worst part is having the preconceived notions. You have to work twice as hard to expel what you know already and then say what you're getting. And so it really helps you to learn, because again, it teaches you to put your ego out of the way, put your knowledge out of the way, and just read what you're getting. And so it's one of the worst because it takes that energy, but it's one of the best because if you work that hard to fight through what you already know and get only to what the message you're given, then you'll do amazingly well for strangers because you don't even know them and you don't have the baggage. Exactly. So by reading family, it helps you to really, really focus. But by reading family, it's harder because you have to really, really focus. So again, double-edged sword.
True.
Angie says, exactly, Don. I'd rather read a stranger. Me too. Absolutely. Yep. I don't want any preconceived notions. And you know what? I also don't want, and this is, Susan will tell you, we will, and Angie's been there. We've all done psychic fairs and stuff and readings. But I don't even want confirmation. When I sit down with somebody, unless I get a spirit that comes in. Notice here, I do the reading. I tell you what I'm getting, and very seldom will I ask questions during the reading. I'll follow up with questions at the end, but I don't want confirmation, because what happens is if I'm reading you and I am following along with where my flow is taking me, and then you respond yes or no, either way, you could wind up either tweaking it one way or the other either way. Because maybe, again, as I get down there, I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense to me. Let me go back a minute. Let's go in this direction. If you've been saying yes, 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 I would think, okay, then I must not be getting the right information here. And so you deflected that. Or if you're getting no, that doesn't make sense, nope. And then I'm like, well, but that's the message I'm getting.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, so let me rethink because now I'm screwing up. And then you go off in a different direction with your message and you're really not getting a valid message. And then the next day you go home as the person who got read and you're sitting here like, oh, wait a minute, he was right after all because I now remember. And I'm like, duh. Or guess what? Sometimes we are telling you what's happened when it happened. It's like, how can you tell me it's not? I can't even tell you it is, except what I'm being told that it is. So if you're going to sit there and tell me it's not happening, well, then we create a problem there because, again, we don't even know. It hasn't happened yet. And then a week later, you're like, damn, he was right after all, and I told him he was wrong. So, again, it's so much easier for a stranger to talk to a stranger and then don't give me feedback into after, and I'll say, does this resonate with you? That's my key for you to talk. And when you give me the resonation, you tell me, okay, this resonates, but that doesn't so much, but who knows? Then we can work, then I can help you kind of explain. But I flesh out the whole reading first because I want it all out there. And then we help to understand what we may need to do to understand it better. So that's kind of my way. Not everybody does the same thing, and I can't speak for Susan. However, Susan's read for me a number of times, and she tends to do the same thing. And I don't know if it's because I don't respond or because that works for her, but it has always worked well for Susan and for Angie and the rest. When they read me, I'm like, I'm a poker face. I don't even want to give anything away.
You have to find a way that works for you. Everybody's different, and just like all these mediums and everything, study them, but do it your way. Do it what works for you.
Absolutely, Kelly. The class is Tuesday night tonight. So if you would love to join the class, it's free. Again, no charge. We do not charge. That's our thing. Angie, Susan, Shauna, Sherry Berry, Elisa Black, myself, we do not charge for these public readings. I do charge privately, right. And Susan charges privately. Angie charges for private long-term readings because you're going to get a half hour to an hour of our time, and you're going to get really in-depth reading. And when you're done, you're going to think, damn, I need a shower or I need a cigarette because he just saw me naked. Because it's those kind of readings. I mean, we really do go in-depth, and that takes our time. So that is an expense. But again, these are all free, and so are our classes. So Kelly, you're welcome to join us for class tonight. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And if anybody else who wants to join our classes to learn how to grow, become, develop whatever psychic skills, you are welcome to join us. So again, all you have to do is send an email to me down my email address is down here. You'll see it in a minute when it slowly comes across. And nothing does move slowly, doesn't it? Anyway, right. Advice at Sonoran Mystic Tarot right under me as I speak. If you send me an email with your information, I will add you to our school list, our class list, and then you click on the button when time comes and join our class. Again, no fee, no nothing, but you're going to run into a bunch of folks who are at various levels from beginner all the way through advanced. And we sit and practice and share questions and answers at the same time and develop and make our skill really come to, hone it, I guess is a good way to put it. So there you go. So next in line. Hope it helps you and gives you all the information you guys need. Again, anybody's welcome. You guys are all welcome to join us for that class. Next in line is Nell and Shelly. Nell and Shelly, are either of you here? Nell and Shelly. And folks, don't forget, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. And if you're not on YouTube, please make sure you go over on YouTube and make sure you connect to YouTube and follow us on YouTube because YouTube builds up that larger client base too. So again, two people that are left on the list is Nell and Shelly. And then we are going, after we get through Nell and Shelly is next. Okay, good. After we get through Shelly, we are going off the air, but we are coming right back on Susan's page. So again, if you haven't yet done it, go over to Susan's Facebook page or Susan's YouTube page. Again, Susan Grayson, Grayson. Go over, find her, and get ready because if you subscribe or follow, you'll get a ding because within a few minutes we will be over there after we're done with Shelly. Okay, and we're doing the same thing. It's just that we're trying to focus on getting Susan's site built up more, and so therefore we're ready and we're hitting it on all different ways.
Okay, so are we doing Shelly right now? I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, Shelly.
Okay, Shelly. Okay, I'm here. We're glad you're here, Shelly.
Absolutely. And is it still general, Shelly? Is that still the reading, or did you have a specific question?
Okay. Yeah, just general. Okay. You are going to have some very interesting dreams coming up. So I want you to really pay attention. When you go to bed at night, just ask the spirits to come through in the dream that's going to be very important to you. That's going to help you in many ways. So pay attention to your dreams. You work really hard all the time. During the day, you are working your little tail off. And you have a lot of indecisions to make, but I wouldn't make any big important decision for 3 months. Wait 3 months. You're going to have a clear head. You're going to know what you need to do, and you're going to have the right choices made. But there is money coming to you. All this hard work is going to pay off. But really pay attention to your inner guidance. And like I said, your dreams. This is really, really important. You're going to really grow this year in so many ways. And don't worry about having to do something. It's all going to take time. It's all going to come at the right time. So just trust in spirit and trust in yourself. Thank you, Shelly.
Super. Now, again, everybody, we are getting ready to go offline.
Switch.
So if you're already on Susan's YouTube page, you're already good to go. If you're not, make sure you go over to the YouTube channel, make it over to Susan Grayson, because we'll be going back live over there within minutes. And I think her Facebook is also going to be going live. So again, Facebook and YouTube on Susan Grayson, because we are going on her side in about 2 minutes. With that said, we are done for the day here. Thanks for everybody for popping in. You're welcome to continue joining us. If you've had a reading already, come on over and visit with us. But if you already had a reading today, don't ask for another one, please.
Yeah, just give us between 5 and 10 minutes and we'll be on my channel.
Exactly. Yep. Just subscribe. Billy Joe said just subscribe. Absolutely. So again, Susan Grayson, Grayson, and then subscribe and get ready because we'll be popping up there real soon. With that said, we are out of here. And again, thanks everybody for popping in. Thank you for spending your time with us.
Thank you.
And we will see you. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, before we go, I'm going to give you this look. And I'm going to give you the look. Here. All I can say is, why not? Again, folks, have a great one. It's been good. Have a wonderful one. We'll see you in a few minutes on the other side.
See you in a few minutes.